All right, guys, we got another massive pot to review.
Calls it a night after that hand.
This one is going 5 ways into the flop. This is between a man named Rahul, which is a friend of Santosh from the Hustler Casino live game.
Here is Santosh, businessman from India.
And of course, Alan Keating. Alan Keating is the guy. I mean, this guy is just so unpredictable. He's so fun to review. Let's get straight into this one, guys.
King Queen suited. I would have expected a squeeze play out of Stanley. Nonetheless, we move forward. 5 ways to the flop.
Rahul raises to 15,000 pre-flop and gets 4 calls. So we're going 5 ways into the flop. A pot of $77,000 already. Let's take a flop. Let's see what happens.
Spades. And look at this. Keating and Rahul on a collision course. Open-ended straight draw plus flush draw for Keating. Rahul pair plus flush draw. And this could escalate quickly. Call. Rahul thinks he wants a spade.
So just looking at these two hands here, I mean, this is spelling out trouble, guys. We have the 8-7 of spades in Rahul's hand, and we got the 10-9 of spades in Alan Keating's hand. So Rahul has a pair plus a flush draw, and Alan Keating has an open-ender and a flush draw. This could have easily on the flop went bet raise, but it only went bet and a call from Alan Keating. So I'm actually surprised that Alan Keating didn't raise the flop here. If I was Alan Keating, I'm always raising the flop in this kind of situation. He doesn't raise, so we're going to a turn. $157,000 in the pot. Let's get to a turn. Let's see what happens.
Ace. I would probably like to see Rahul barrel again with this combo. I'm going to put some heat on Keating, but Keating probably going nowhere. A little too much hand. But he's facing a big bet. Praying for a spade. But that's not what he wants. Praying for a 7. But that's also not what he wants. Praying for a fold. That's certainly not coming. Call. 437,000 off to a river.
So Rahul on the turn, the ace of diamonds turn, Rahul decides to bet $140,000, which is almost a full pot bet in this situation. So he's turned his hand into a semi-bluff. Now, Rahul could have checked flop and or turn. I think both would have been fine. But bet is fine, especially against Alan Keating, who has such a wide range. I mean, the guy's playing like 70% VPIP, so this is totally fine. And then Alan Keating has a decision to make on a turn here. Call or raise. And if I'm playing in his shoes, I'm going to raise here on the turn and rep a set of sorts or a combo draw. You know what I mean? Like he had. So I like a raise here because he's out of position. When I'm in position here with 10-9 suited, every single time I would call in position. But when we're out of position, if we hit our hand on the river, it's going to get hard to get paid here. I really like a turn raise in this kind of situation. It could be a small turn raise. You could bump it up to like 350, 360, 370, 380. Maybe I'll bump it up to about 380 or 400, somewhere around there in this spot. Another option for Alan Keating could be to check call here and then donk some rivers. But the problem with that line is there's so much that's going to miss. If Alan Keating misses his hand, everything misses. It's kind of a weird spot to check call out of position. I would have much rather seen a raise on the flop or the turn from Alan Keating. But let's take a river. Let's see what happens.
Oh, and it's a 7.
Check.
Keating checks. Rahul has to believe he has the best hand here. And Keating rivers the nut. Look at Keating staring down Rahul. What a river card. The 7 of hearts. Rahul grabbing chips.
200,000.
And here we go.
All in. Players all in.
Nasty spot for Rahul. Facing an all-in rip. Huge check raise from Keating.
Count. Okay, I bring in 200,000 first.
You could have fours, you could have queen 10, I can beat queen 10 if you have 9-10. It sucks. You're folding the turn, right? 9-10 spades. Don't think so. Can only beat queen 10.
So Alan Keating rivers the best card possible for him, the 7 of hearts. He has the absolute nuts in this pot.
King in the castle, king in the castle.
And he checks it over, and Rahul bets 200,000, which is slightly less than half pot. So say about half pot. Alan Keating's feeling amazing
La 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 la.
about this spot. How can you not? I've got the nuts, and this guy's betting $200,000 into me. How can you not feel amazing in this situation? And in Rahul's spot, he rivered 2 pair. I mean, he like versus a lot of players in this kind of spot when the pot is so large. I think this is a bet versus anybody, to be fair. But versus Alan Keating, it's even more of a bet because Alan Keating plays such a wide range of hands. He can have all kinds of hands here. You can have like just any ace here, like ace 5 offsuit or something, you know, with the ace of spades that he called a flop with or something like that. So Rahul's feeling pretty good about this spot, you know. And then Keating goes all in and everything changes. You see it in Rahul's face. He doesn't like what's happening here anymore, guys. He doesn't like this anymore at all. He gets shoved on all in. He times down, he times down. I have a feeling Rahul would have folded this hand versus almost anybody. But when you're playing a guy like Alan Keating, and you just saw him make that ace, like he made a wild bluff earlier on.
What's going through your head right now?
I think I had to bluff. If I didn't bluff, I couldn't win, so.
All in from Keating.
All you can eat.
Call.
Snap.
Call. All in and a call.
A $2 million pot. Peter rivers a full house. Keating bluffs it off.
You're just thinking like, I just can't fold 2 pair versus Alan Keating, who is capable of absolutely anything. He times down, times down, times down, times down, times down.
All right, man. Call.
He calls $2.4 million. And Keating is back. Keating is back. There it is. Takes a walk. Boom. $2.4 million straight. Alan Keating is back.
And then he finds the call and he sees the bad news. This hand, this is a tough one. I mean, when you look at both these hands and you look at the way this board ran out, it would be hard for Rahul to save some money here. I mean, he could have saved some money, let's be real, if he checked flop and or turn. But versus Alan Keating, he wanted to play kind of like a higher variance style. He has a strong hand. It just is what it is in this kind of spot, guys. Alan Keating takes down a massive pot. Rahul almost gets completely busted on this one. Just tough luck. And that's that in this kind of hand, guys. If you like seeing this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
All smiles, Alan Keating, and the opposite for Rahul.